Let's also bring on board Avani Bhatt, Senior Vice President at JM Financial. A very good morning to you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us here on First Take. Now, a big rally for the markets. November, we rallied by about 6% or so. A good start for the markets in December. Also, both sessions we have scaled new lifetime highs and a massive gap up opening. In today's trade. Where do we go from here after a gap up opening like that? What should be a strategy for a trader?
Good morning, Suyash. Good morning, Amit, and a very good morning to all the viewers as well. So it's indeed a very cheerful morning. Now, the question playing on everyone's mind is now what? So since we have seen Nifty open with a gap up opening, now as per the Friday's data, the resistance was at 20,400, which has been taken out via the gap opening. So where are we heading next is, I think we are heading slowly, gradually towards the 21,000 mark with some minor hurdle at around 20,600. Today morning also we've seen it open at around 20,600 and as of now it's just trading around those levels. If we are able to close about 20,600, then eventually we will move up to 20,100. Since markets are rallying big time, also we may see some selling bout, some profit booking from 20,600 levels. But the supports have moved up. The immediate support is at 20,400. The earlier resistance now becomes the support and 20,200. So it is a buy on dips market. If at all we see some kind of profit booking, we should be utilizing it as a buying opportunity. 21,000 is our target. That's the view on Nifty. And Bank Nifty, of course, it has been the spoil sport all along. But as we had discussed last week also, it's the Bank Nifty index that has to participate if at all Nifty has to move up. And since the time we saw Bank Nifty participating in the rally, we have seen Nifty also make a new all-time high. But Bank Nifty is yet, Bank Nifty is still, away from its all-time high levels. And we should be seeing Bank Nifty move faster than Nifty now from current levels. So it's a good idea to stay positive on Bank Nifty. The levels, 45,000 has been taken out. 45,600 is the next resistance. And eventually we should be heading towards the 46,000 mark. And supports have now moved up. After today's gap opening, the immediate support has now moved up to 44,800 and on the lower side at 44,500 if at all we see some kind of profit booking.
And to your point, Avani, Bank Nifty is actually driving that rally. At least this morning, the banking pack is up about 2%. All indices on Nifty, PSU banking space, private banking space, all of them are in the green, leading that rally. And given the fact that it constitutes about 40% of the entire Nifty basket, I think the performance of banking stocks will perhaps, keep the market buoyant going forward. Is it not?
Yes, definitely, Suyash. The view is that from here on, Bank Nifty has to lead the further rally. And all those banking stocks which are fundamentally very good and which have not really performed in this entire leg of rally will now be participating. We are already looking at a very good move in the private banks. So our view is quite positive on the private banking sector, followed by PSU banking, because PSU banking stocks have performed earlier. They are in a consolidating mode, but they should pick up again. But more positive view will be on the private banking space in the likes of HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis, Kotak. We are seeing a good move and a recovery in these stocks.
Hi, Avani. Apart from the news of elections and the markets rallying because of that, do you think the markets are going to get a further fillip on optimism that the US Fed has said that they will now begin cutting rates early next year, which means there is a likelihood of FIIs coming back to Indian shores even more. They have already started coming back. So do you think that will become another factor in giving a further fillip to Indian markets?
Looks like it's a Goldilocks situation altogether. The bond yields have come down by about 80 basis points.
Yes.
Fed is now dovish.
Dovish,
And,
yes.
we have continuity in political regime in India as well.
S&P 500 closed at its highest level. And I don't know whether it's related, and Avani probably will clarify. Gold has surpassed, it's gone to an all-time high, surged 3% on Monday, and it's hovering around the $2,100 mark. Avani, quite a few questions there.
Yes, Amit. So, in the first place, we'll go back to what we had discussed last week, that FIIs were sitting on the sidelines because they were awaiting the state election results. And the flows should begin post the results. That was the view that was given last week. And we have already seen that FIIs have started cutting their short positions. The long short ratio has improved. And now going ahead, even if there is no rate cut, but if there is no rate hike, if the rates remain steady, that's also a good news. The flows will keep coming in. FII flows should increase from current levels over here, and we should be seeing the entire Nifty, Bank Nifty, entire Indian market moving up from here. And if at all there is a good news of a rate cut, then the flows in the banking sector are going to be fabulous, and we'll see a amazing rally right up to around 4,700. So we are targeting an all-time high in Bank Nifty as well.
All right. And talking about Bank Nifty specifically, I wanted to pick your brains on one of the stocks that's been in focus, and is Axis Bank. Now the stock has, mid-November it came under some bit of a pressure when RBI tightened the norms for unsecured lending. But since then, the stock has been on a 8-day winning run. It's rallied by about 11% in the last 5 sessions and has hit record high levels. What's your view there? Is the rally perhaps going to continue?
Yes, Suyash, you rightly pointed out Axis was the first private bank that started rallying. And initially we saw the short covering happening, and now fresh long build-up is also seen in the stock. And if you notice, it's in the open territory. The sky is open for Axis Bank. So from current levels, about 1120 levels, now the support base has moved up to 1046. So I think with some profit booking at higher levels, we may get the stock somewhere around, say, 1100 or so. The target on the higher side, I think for the December series, it should head towards 1200 mark. So any dip close to 1080, 1090 should be utilized as a buying opportunity, keeping a stop loss of 1046 and targeting 1200.
Hi Avani, there's another stock which is playing around right now, that is Z. Now investors are expecting that the submission of the papers to the Ministry of Broadcasting for the Sony Z merger is likely to happen sometime this week. As I look at the stock, it is down almost 3.5% today, but last 5 days it has been up 1.26%, and if I look at the last 6 months, it has given an earning percentage of over 27.9%. What do you make of Z? Time to wait, or because it is down right now, investors can get into it at this moment to register some gains later in the week?
Yes, Amit. So Z, if we notice, it has seen some, if we purely go by the data, we did see the profit booking happening today morning post opening, and it has not held on to the gains. But at the same time, since morning, just today morning, in the first half an hour of the trade, we have seen a lot of unwinding happening at the 270 call in this particular stock. So although there is profit booking and there is a lot of addition at 250 put. So in fact, for the December series, highest open interest is also at 250. So technically, if at all the stock comes down to somewhere around 254, it's a good buying opportunity, keeping a stop loss of 246. We should be seeing the stock regain some ground in the later half of the month. And targets for the stock would be somewhere around 285 to 290. So not a very big trading opportunity, but that's also a good enough rally that one can play for. As a trading bet, we can buy somewhere around 254.
54, it is at 257 right now, and expected rise later in the month, Avni, as you say. So good time to get in. But apart from Z, what are the other stocks you will recommend today?
Yes. So, Amit, as I said, the view is extremely positive on banking, and going ahead, banking is going to lead the entire pack. So, I have two recommendations on the banking side. One is the leader, the HDFC Bank. Now, today it has opened with a gap up opening, but we would recommend buying somewhere around 1550 levels. And we're targeting 1640 on the upside, and stop loss can be kept at 1520. So there will be some kind of profit booking. You will be getting a stock at the lower levels mentioned, and target is 1640. So one can play accordingly. And the other banking stock is IDFC First Bank. So it is on a verge of breakout. It has consolidated for a very long time, and this consolidation, the bias was always positive. There has been no short built up in the stock. Short covering has started. We should be seeing long build up coming in very soon. So IDFC Bank view positive. We can target somewhere around 99 levels and keep a stop loss of 81. One can enter into the stock at current levels also.
All right.
These are the two stocks from the banking sector. And yes, one is from the PSU banking space. We like PNB quite a bit. PNB is on a multi-year breakout and targeting somewhere around probably two-digit figures also could be tested. But technically 96 is the resistance. That's the target on the bank. And you can enter at current levels with a stop loss of 76.5.
All right, those are the recommendations from Avani Bhatt. I think we are all leaning towards a rally in banking stocks, and the kind of movement we are seeing, Avani, I mean, the Nifty Bank has, in fact, is the only index that is building onto the morning gains. It opened about 500 points higher, currently hovering around 45,800 sort of levels. But with that, we'll move on. Thank you for joining us here on First Take, ma'am.
Thank you.